Hey guys, what's up? It's Catfish Hunters. I'm going to show you guys how to keep your live baits on circle hooks better using one simple trick. Artificial worms. Now what I have here is a 7/0 circle hook. Now this is going to be my pretend fish, since I happen to have no live bait with me right now. So say you're using a bluegill. Try and have an artificial worm that's more to the color blue. Now on the screen it's probably looking more like a black right now, but this is actually more of a blue. So if you're using a bluegill, use a blue. If you're using a goldfish, use an orange right here. Now I already have some pre-cut artificial worms here, but just for example, what you're going to want to do is cut your artificial worm into a little tiny piece. You do not want it that big. This is probably maybe a centimeter to 2 centimeters big. And now I'm going to slide my hook onto my live bait. Like I said, pretend that this is live bait with me right now, since I happen to have no live bait. Okay, now you see that once the live bait's on the hook, it is free to wiggle around and can happen to slide off the hook. Now notice that there is a barb on here, but the barb's not going to stop that fish. The barb will eat through the flesh of that fish. Not literally eat, but you know what I mean. But it will tear through the flesh, and eventually the fish will pop off. Now the one thing that you can do to stop it is, like I said, using the artificial worms. Now let's pretend this is a goldfish, and I'm going to use my orange little artificial worm. I'm going to slide it on the hook and slide it down right next to that goldfish. Now notice, easily the artificial worm is causing friction with that hook, and is now not sliding as easily as it was before. That fish has to work to get off the hook now. This will increases your chances of not losing your fish and saving you money. And alright guys, one last thing. Many of you are probably wondering and saying, what about the hook gap? Well, I tried to actually realistically make this about as thick as a goldfish. So like I said, this is a 7/0 hook, and right here, not this up here, but this right here is the little artificial worm that I put on right here. So you can see I still have a hook gap, but I'm nearing that point where I don't have much of a hook gap. So as long as you have at least a 7/0 hook, you'll be fine. But it varies on the size of the bait fish you're using. If you're using a lot skinnier bait fish, then you won't have to worry about your hook gap. But goldfish can tend to get on the thicker side, so you're going to want a bigger hook so you can still have that hook gap and have that artificial worm on there to keep your fish from sliding off. So this is the one simple trick on how to keep your live bait on the hook better. If you guys like this video, make sure to first like the video and subscribe.